Let's break down a very interesting heavyweight matchup. Tyson Fury versus Arslanbek Makhmudov. This is one of those classic heavyweight clashes where you've got elite skill and IQ versus raw size and power. On one side, you've got Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, one of the most skilled heavyweights of all time, right? On the other side, you've got Arslanbek Makhmudov, a massive, aggressive knockout artist who brings serious danger early in fights. So this fight is basically movement and mastery versus pressure and power. So let's break it down. So let's talk about Tyson Fury real quick. Fury is one of the most unique heavyweights in boxing history. I mean, without a doubt. At his size, he moves like a much smaller fighter and combines that with elite fight IQ. Number one, the elite movement of Fury and his footwork is incredible for a heavyweight. He uses angles, lateral movements, feints. He makes opponents miss and controls the pace of the fight throughout the fight, unless he's on the back end. Then when it comes to his fight IQ and adaptability, Fury is one of the smartest fighters. He can switch mid-fight, box on the outside, fight aggressively on the inside, adjust to any opponent. That adaptability makes him extremely difficult to beat. And then when we talk about the size and physicality, Fury is massive. He knows how to use his size, leaning on opponents, clinching, wearing them down. That's something he always does. Just looking at Fury's recent run, of course, his most recent fight, he lost to Alexander Usyk, got defeated by Francis Ngannou in a split decision, which he looked like shit, if we're being honest. And then he got a TKO against Derek Chisora, knocked out Dillian White before that, and of course the famous trilogy against Wilder. So he's fought elite names, Usyk, Wilder. That experience is unmatched compared to Makhmudov. Speaking of Makhmudov, when we talk about Arslanbek Makhmudov, he's one of the most, I would say, physically imposing heavyweights right now in boxing. He's known for his aggression, his size, and knockout power, and those are pretty much the three big things he has in his arsenal. His raw power is extremely hard. Most of his wins come by knockout. When he connects clean, opponents go down, man. It's just inevitable. And then we talk about his aggressive pressure. He pushes forward constantly. He wants to overwhelm opponents and force exchanges. That's his game plan in every fight. His physical presence is something else as well. It's strong, it's there. He uses his size to bully opponents and control positioning throughout the fight. And when we compare his last 5 fights, we would say Age Capital got knocked out by Age Capital. He knocks out his opponents if he's not getting knocked out. That's pretty much what his resume is. When you look at Makhmudov's resume, it tells us two things. He's a dangerous finisher, but he's vulnerable against elite competition. That's where we haven't seen him really pass the test. When we get into the stylistic matchup, this is pretty much skill versus power. Fury has the movement, the IQ, versatility. Makhmudov has the pressure, the power, and the aggression. Fury is the more complete fighter, more experienced. Makhmudov is more dangerous and an early threat. So the distance control is for Fury. He excels at controlling the distance, right? On the outside, in the clinch, at mid-range. Makhmudov, on the other hand, prefers forward pressure and shorter exchanges. That's his style. The defense is a big difference here. Fury is defensively sound. Makhmudov can be hittable, pretty much almost always hittable, especially when he's aggressive. Against a skilled boxer like Fury, that's going to be a serious problem. Now, the path to victory to Tyson Fury, I think he's going to have a clear strategy. I think he's going to want to use his movement early. He's going to avoid early exchanges, control distance, keep the fight at pace, break Makhmudov down as the fight progresses. Fury can take over, all right? If he executes this, he likely will win by a TKO or by a decision. I think that's what he's going to try to do. As for Makhmudov, his path to victory, I believe he's going to start dangerous, start fast. He's going to pressure early. He's going to cut off the ring. He's going to try and trap Fury and limit the movement and then land those power shots. That's his best chance of a knockout and a win. So the biggest X factor is the early rounds, in my opinion. If Makhmudov lands early, things get interesting. But if Fury survives, keeps the distance, keeps the fight longer than, you know, the first few rounds, I think he then starts to take over. But there's one thing, of course, we got to talk about the elephant in the room: Fury's inactivity. I mean, he's not fought for over a year now since he's lost to Alexander Usyk. He did talk about fighting Usyk again, which is just ridiculous, honestly speaking. But that inactivity might play a part. Let's talk about this, right? He lost to Usyk, looked like shit against Francis Ngannou. To be fair, he didn't take that fight serious, but still wasn't a good look. So he does not have the momentum, he does not have the activity. He's older, has more wear and tear, has been in more wars, right? Makhmudov is still upcoming. He's had wear and tear as well, but I feel like he's had less wear and tear than Fury. He's been more active. Granted, he hasn't been facing the type of fighters that Fury has faced by a long shot, but I think that activity is a big question. So I'm really curious to see how that plays out in this fight. It's something to not sleep on. So the two weaknesses coming into this fight from both fighters: Fury's inactivity versus Makhmudov's lack of experience when it comes to facing an elite fighter, at least when it comes to winning that type of fight. And this is a dangerous fight early, man, but over time I think Fury's skill and experience will take over. Makhmudov will have moments, I think, especially in the first few rounds. That's him. But Fury's movement, fight IQ, and control are on another level. So I'm gonna go with Tyson Fury by a TKO in maybe round 7, or a very clear decision. I don't think it's gonna be a close fight either way. If Makhmudov wins, I don't think it's gonna be close either. That's honestly how I feel. This is a weird fight, man. I've not seen a lot of promotion on it. It's on Netflix. The co-main event is Conor Ben versus Regis. So it's a weird fight. It just feels off. It feels like maybe a warm-up comeback for Fury, and also, you know, an opportunity for Makhmudov. But yeah, I think it's clear how this fight is gonna play out. We may be shocked, I may be wrong, but I'm gonna go with Tyson Fury for this win for sure. Pretty much the skilled master versus a powerful challenger. As always, in heavyweight boxing, one punch can change everything, man. I got my pick between Deontay Wilder and Chisora wrong, so you never know. You never know. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think this is a one-sided matchup? Do you think Makhmudov has no chance, or do you think Tyson Fury is washed, his inactivity is gonna play into effect? And let me know what you think about the entire card. It's pretty decent. Don't forget to like this video if you like the video, and if you want more consistent boxing and MMA breakdowns every week, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hype the video as well. Help out a small channel, man. You know how the algorithm works. I'll see you guys later.